So let's talk about how you can construct your chatbot flows. With conversational design, it's important to consider how customers might ask questions and how they go about looking for the answers. When you're building your chatbot, try approaching it from your customer's perspective. Think about the way they navigate through your website, how they message you, and how you generally talk with them on a daily basis. With your customer's journey in mind, it becomes a lot easier to construct a conversation around that. Instead of immediately building conversations, it's useful to sketch out the conversation flows first, either on paper or using digital flowchart tools. Some tools you could use for sketching out your flows could be Figma, Funneletics, or even using Canva to create mock conversational flows. Sketching out your conversations first can greatly help you get a good overview of your customer's journey through the conversations. This way you can easily see which decisions customers can make during a conversation and which questions they can get answered. After you've mapped out your conversations and you have a clear overview of what your conversation will look like, you can start building your chatbot in FlowChat. Again, let me hand you over to Pete, as he will take you through a simple flow design that captures leads to help you build your email list on full autopilot.
Again, thank you very much, Flo, for your help.
No problems at all, Pete. Always happy to help.
So before we dive in, as you can imagine, FlowChat offers so much possibility when it comes to building your automations, from basic lead generation all the way up to advanced AI voice assistants and a whole lot more. So let's show you a very basic lead generation chatbot flow. With our scope in mind, we already know that we want to basically just start generating leads and adding people to our email list. And also we want to offer a chat to a human type of flow where a visitor can come in, ask a question, and it's going to notify one of our admins so we can actually get back to that person. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and added an image inside of this send message block here. So let's go ahead and open this. Okay, so as you'll see on the right hand side here then, so this is where we've simply added the image using the rich media tab here, simply selecting on the image. Okay, so from our scope that you may have just seen quickly in that video then is we had basically two questions. So what I want to do is I want to add some information below this image in the form of text. So simply select on the text and we can just type in something like, "Hi, how can I help you today?" Okay. Something simple like that. Let's just do that one there. Okay, great. So that's our text in, ready to go. So when we send this, then this is what the user will actually see. It will say, "Hi, how can I help you today?" So like I said, we have two different or avenues where we want to take this. So we have a free trial sign up where we're going to ask for their name and email and add them to an email list. And the other one then is just a general support question where they can insert a question and then we can notify an admin from there. Pretty straightforward to help you get going. Okay then, so from here then we can either add buttons or we can use this feature here which is called a quick reply. So what are the main differences? Okay, so with a button then you can do multiple different things with a button. So if I just select on the button here and we can type in whatever the button is called there. So on this section then, when button is pressed, so when somebody clicks a button, what do we want it to do? So we can send them to a checkout, we can send them to a buy now, we send a PayPal button, Calendly, call a phone number, open a website, send a message, ask a question, and so many more. So normally what people normally do is they'll use open the website, type in a domain, and as soon as somebody clicks that button, it will go to that website. Alternatively, call a number. So if somebody comes into your Instagram and you take phone calls, you can get them to simply just click that button and it will call a phone number for you. All right, so that's the instance of a button. And one of the main differences also between the buttons and the quick replies is that buttons will stay static, always on the screen. And with a quick reply, it acts like a button, but when it's pressed, it will simply just disappear. And when we take a look inside of the actual quick replies, then this is where we can type in the quick reply name, i.e. start free trial or ask a question, whatever it may be. Okay, but you'll notice then that there's no other functions from there. So when they tap it, they won't go to a website, it won't call a number. So they have two different roles within inside. All right, so for this instance then, we're simply going to use buttons. Okay, so how can I help you? So let's go in and type in our first one. So it's going to put in there, we're just going to put in something like get support. Okay, something like that. You can go ahead and add emojis by selecting this little icon here. Okay, here then is all of the user fields and system fields that you can add value, pre-filled values in. And also we want to add an emoji. So let's go ahead and add an emoji. Let's just tidy it up and make a space between. Great, perfect. So we don't want to do anything when it's pressed because we're going to show you that in a second. So we have the get support. And here then we're going to use the start free trial. So start free trial, something like that. And again, we can add another emoji. So let's put in there a wave. Great. Okay, and again, let's just tidy that up and click on save. Okay, so that's the basic format of our message initiated. Okay, so what we want to do then is we're going to go ahead and connect different things onto this. But what I want to do first is I'm just going to publish, because if you look up the top here, you can preview your actual flows that you're working on. So you can go through the conversational design and pretend to be a customer and see how this actually looks. So let's go ahead and click on the preview. Here then you can preview on web, Facebook, Telegram, Line, Viber, wherever. But we're just going to keep it on web and we're going to preview in a pop-up, which brings it up on the screen here. Okay, so let's just enlarge this. So basically what we've just built here, okay, is displayed on the screen. Hi, how can I help you today? And here then is the two buttons that we've actually added inside. Great, so we know that's working so far. Okay, let's close down on that. So what we want to do then is we want to build out these two flows. Okay, so let's just drag across to the left-hand side. So let's start off with a free trial flow first. So we want to ask a question. Okay, so the question then is going to be, hey, what's your name? Okay, so we can go across into that. So we can put in there, great. Can I just get your first name? Okay, something simple like that. And we want to save this information into here, okay, into a response or basically a custom field where we're going to save that information, which we can use later on. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, great. So now we've got that. So we can just simply move that up there and keep it nice and tidy. And let's go in there. So we know now that when they select the start free trial, okay, it's going to come into this message here. Great. Can I just get your first name? And then they can type in their first name from there. Next, then we want to ask for an email. Okay, really, really simple stuff. Okay, click on the question, and then we're going to navigate to the email button here. Great. Okay, so we can type in something like perfect. And what's the best email to register you with? Okay, and what we're going to do then is we're going to add their first name because we've captured that value already. So we can go ahead and click onto here and we can click on that, which is the first name. Again, just tidy it up. Okay, great. And let's put a question mark at the end there because we're asking a question and we want to save this to a field, which is the email. Here then you can use the auto opt-in, depends on how you want to play this, okay, but we just add that in there so it auto opts them in. So this means then we can send them emails whenever we want to on full automation and also converse via the live chat back and forth through email, which is really, really cool. Okay, so now we've got some information coming in. So let's just take a look from the beginning. So they're going to come in, click on the start free trial. Great, can I just get your first name? Okay, we're going to save the response into first name. Then we're going to say, okay, great, perfect. And what's the best email to register you with today? Showing their first name. Okay, and then once they've registered, then we can go in and do some further things, okay, where we're just going to send a message. And it'd be a simple one. You can do anything. So, thank you. We have just sent you an email to, okay, and then we can put in the email. So we can show the field there. Let's just spell that correctly. There, do you want? Just, okay, great. We have just sent you an email to email. Okay, and then we can put on there their first name. Okay, because it's always great being personalized. Okay, perfect. That's all that we need in this section here, really. So if we wanted to send an email or add them to a specific email list, whether that be on MailChimp or MailerLite or wherever it may be, you can go ahead and use the action steps from here then. Okay, so what we want to do first is we're going to click on there and click on action. Okay, here then we're going to go to integrations, and here then you can select whatever email provider that you have if you want to add them to a list. Okay, the ones that are not shown are like ConvertKit and MailerLite. You just simply go into the mini apps and add them, and they will be automatically added for you. But for this instance, we're just going to click on MailChimp. Okay, and we're not connected. Okay, so if you add connected, it will show us all the lists that we could add them to. Okay, but for example purposes, we'll just leave that as it is, and we can go ahead and simply connect there. Okay, let's pull that down so it's all nice and tidy. Great, so we're almost there. Okay, so from here then, we can do even more actions, i.e. we could go ahead and send an email if you don't have an automated email provider like MailChimp or ConvertKit or MailerLite or whoever it may be. Okay, you can send a system email from our system here, from your Gmail, from your SMTP email, and you can send unlimited free emails through this anyway. And you'd simply just come in and click on there, click their email. Okay, great. In the header then, you could just put in something like welcome to Flowchat. Okay, and then you can go in with the pre-header, add some headlines, text, images, buttons, and so much more in there. But we'll just keep that as it is here. Okay, great. So once we're happy with this flow, then what we can go do then is we can simply just come up and click on publish, just so it's saved. So what we're going to do now then is we're just going to run through this exact flow here in live. Okay, so let's press on preview and let's preview in the pop-up again. So it will take us through now this actual flow. Okay, so it's going to start here. Okay, great. So if I select on the start free trial button, okay, it's going to ask us for our first name. Great. Can I just get your first name? Sure. It's Pete. And click enter. Okay, perfect. And what's the best email to register you with Pete? So as you'll see then, it's saved my name, and we can use that in any type of response now, including emails or wherever it may be. Okay, so let's just put in an email, support@flowchat.ai. Great. So there we go. So thank you. We have just sent you an email to support@flowchat, Pete. Great. Really, really simple like that. Okay. So you can get leads now from, your Instagram, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, or your website chat, whichever channel. We have 15 plus messenger channels anyway that you can use this for to help you generate more email leads into your business. So you can see how easy and quick that was for a user, i.e. that's me going in, testing the user experience. All right, let's just close down on that then. So we want to create the next flow, which is getting the support. So I'll just whiz through this because basically it's the same type of thing. So we can come in with a question, type in the text, and we go, no problems. Type in your question below. Okay, something like that. And then we can save it into a response field. So here then we can go just put in there support question, because we want to save it to a specific field. Okay, great. And it's a text. Perfect. Okay, so that's that then. So then we can move that straight into a send message block. Hit the send message block. Great. We have just notified one of the support team, and they will be with you shortly. Okay, and then I can just put in there my first name because I've already captured that information already. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then from here, then what you could do is you could use the notification. Okay, so which is underneath the actions. Okay, here under notifications. So you can send an email to a specific email address, or Slack notification, or even send yourself an SMS, make a phone call if you wish, okay, or even send you a Facebook notification inside of your messenger if you wanted to add that there. Okay, so that's pretty much self-explanatory, and we've got tons and tons of documentation that goes through each one of those actions anyway. All right, let's go through this flow then, and we're going to take it to here. Okay, so but what I want to do is I just want to show you that if you send an email, you can actually send all of the information or the user's question. So let's just go in here. We're going to send a message. And we're going to click onto here. So what we can do is we can put in there first name, just asked a question. Okay, and we can put on there question. Okay, and then we saved it underneath the support question. Okay, I'm just using this for an example of, say, we're using this as a notification. So this is the type of information you could send via an email or wherever. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish. Okay, so now we're going to run through from here, click on the get support, type in a question. Great, we've just notified the team. Okay, and then we're going to get a notification inside of that. Okay, and you'll see that these two will pop up pretty much simultaneously. All right, so let's go ahead and preview, previewing the pop-up again. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some support. Okay, great. I really need help with how to use Facebook automations with flowchat to help me get more followers. Okay, something simple like that. So that's a user's question. So when I click on send now, like I said, you will see a double response. And we're just using this last response here. Then this is what we could send in a notification to one of your support teams, so you can have a heads up before you get into that question. So great, we've just notified one of the support team. They will be with you shortly, Pete. Okay, and as you see, there's Pete just asked a question. I really need help with how to use Facebook automations with flowchat to help me get more followers. Really, really simple. So you can see then how we've just used two really basic flows here, one for lead generation and one there for support. Okay, very, very easy. And if we come over into the live chat, we'll see the actual live chat inside of here. Okay, all of this is all the questions. You can go in and start chatting with that user and replying to that user, all within inside of one dashboard, and it doesn't matter what channel they come from. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.